going on, everyone? Healy here, and today I'm going to rank the top 10 second basemen in MLB The Show 20. You guys missed the last video of me ranking players. It was the first baseman video. I stated I am no longer doing secondary positions. It made sense for catcher because catcher is a pretty weak spot, and guys are always trying to look for the best player there. Moving forward, every single spot would just feature the same 5 to 6 guys, so I decided to just do each position naturally now. Second base, not the strongest position. It was pretty tough finding the right 10 guys for this list. Probably gonna be a couple guys that I didn't list myself, but if you find a second baseman that you've performed well with that I didn't, make sure to put it in the comment section down below so other people can potentially use him as well. While you're down there in the comment section, make sure to look at the description. I have a weekly sports podcast, a second channel, a Twitch channel, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Description down below, check it out. One guy that's a notable player at second base that's not going to be in the top 10, Ben Zobrist. You guys want to try him out, go ahead. His price is rising though. He's at $1 million buy now. His sell now is pretty high as well, so maybe you won't be able to get the opportunity to try him out. But I used Ben Zobrist online, used him in the CCL. He performed very well, good swing, but he's the notable guy not included in the top 10. At number 10 is Ozzie Albies, switch hitter. He can play shortstop as well. 95 contact, 90 power versus righties. Versus lefties, 122, 105 for contact and power. Good vision at 96. Fielding, gold at 87, 88 reaction, 69 arm, which is nice. Not too big of a factor at second base, but some of his relays will be a little bit. 73 speed, which is pretty good as well. One of the problems with Albies, he is a little short. A lot of people struggle with the short guys because their zones are a little bit weird. I personally didn't have a problem with them this year. I had a 571 with him in a few ranked seasons games. I feel like his swing is very good. Have a little bit better contact and power versus righties and better fielding and speed. But this is a very, very underrated card. Number 9 is Craig Biggio. Very good player to start off the year. I had him pretty high up on my catcher ranking list, but as a second baseman, he's number 9. He can play the outfield if needed. He has 106, 107 for contact, 79 and 80 for power, so he barely reaches that 80 threshold against lefties. Versus righties, he barely misses it. His fielding barely misses out on diamond. If you prestige him, he becomes diamond. This card gets way better when you prestige him because you get diamond fielding. You get a little bump up to the power. The speed is 90. His arm's 80, which is pretty decent as well. So he's going to get to a lot of the baseballs at second base due to his speed and decent fielding. Some of his struggles at this point in the game cycle is that power. Making contact, not going to be an issue, but the power that you're going to get from Biggio compared to some of these other guys is going to hurt him. At number 8 is Javier Baez. Second base, he is third and shortstop as well. He is 97 contact versus righties and 95 power versus lefties, 108 and 100, 66 vision, 90 fielding, 99 arm, 93 reaction, 80 speed. The arm doesn't play as big of a factor at second base compared to shortstop rankings. It's huge, no doubt about that. Relays are going to be awesome. You won't have to worry about the wrong player and the guy who's doing the relay. He has great reaction, decent speed. I also think this card doesn't have the shift, which is huge. A lot of these second basemen, if they're lefty, they do have the shift, but a lot of them don't have a shift anyways, so not too big of a factor here. At number 7 is Ryne Sandberg. 104, 113 for contact, 86 and 83 for power. Vision's 104. He has diamond fielding, 80 speed with 93 steal. So this card's somewhat similar to the Biggio card, a little less speed, but you get the power boost, which helps this card out a lot. 86 power, huge. Above 80 power is the goal to look at for players. It's not a guaranteed home run for perfect, but 80 plus power gives you the best chance to hit a home run on perfect. Diamond fielding is awesome. He's rarely going to make mistakes for you. And then having that base threat, 93 steal. The stance, not necessarily a problem on this card. 104 vision helps out a little bit. And man, doing this list, there's just so many comparable guys. You could put a guy 2 spots higher, 2 spots lower. It's just all personal preference at the end of the day. Jackie Robinson coming in at number 6. Somewhat similar to Biggio in the power department. Is better contact though. Almost maxed out versus righties and lefties. Maxed out vision. His fielding's 86, 90 reaction, 71 arm, a little weak, but it's okay. It's second base. 95 speed with 90 steal. So this is a very similar comp to Craig Biggio, the normal version. A little less arm, but you get +5 speed. The power just reversed, 80 and 79 compared to 79 and 80. But Jackie Robinson's swing in game is glitchy. I have an 1100 OPS with Jackie. He just seems to get super high velocity hits whenever you make solid contact with him. And then the speed is such a difference maker with this card. It's a big reason why he's higher up on my list. And number 5 is Robinson Cano. Probably the most power you're going to see against right-handed pitching from a second baseman. He's a left-handed bat, which is also huge. 88 and 104 for contact, 121, 116 for power, 81 fielding, 72 reaction, 51 speed. So compared to a lot of the other guys, fielding's gold, which is okay. His speed's a little bit lower. His contact's a little bit lower. Why is he number 5? His swing in game, awesome. Left-handed bat, awesome. And he just has so much more power compared to like everyone else at second base. 121 power is huge. 88 contact doesn't necessarily help him. You could use this card on All-Star and Hall of Fame with ease though, and you're going to have the advantage for most of it. If a guy wants to bring in a lefty, they can. 104 and 116. I had 1,000 OPS with this card and 92 ABs. They're going to give you high and in fastballs or whatnot, and you could easily crush it. He does have a shift, though, which is a little unfortunate due to his speed. But if you're looking for a lefty bat, you might want to give this guy a chance. There's another lefty on this list, though, that you might want to use more. At number 4, Roberto Alomar. You guys know I've loved this card in the past. He's so good in games. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to give this card a full review this year, mainly because he's been a million stubs ever since he got released, and there's just other guys I could play at second base. Maybe next year, if we get the same exact card, I'll be able to use him more. But switch hitter, which is awesome, 6 feet. You won't have the height issue. Get amazing contact with 108 and 118. Fielding's almost maxed out at 98, 88 reaction, 85 arm, all awesome. 83 speed with 94 steal, awesome as well. What the big knock on why he's number 4 though is that power, 78 and 77. Perfects aren't going to go out all the time. Normally this card has such a good swing in game, it doesn't necessarily matter. And it does hurt that I was unable to get this guy a full review since he was a million stubs. So who knows? Maybe this card's like Jackie Robinson and you will get glitchy exit velocities and hit a bunch of home runs with good contact, but I won't know the remainder of the year. And number 3 is Gavin Lux, the best left-handed bat at second base this year. 114, 108 for contact and power versus righties. Awesome stuff. 91 and 98 contact and power versus lefties, which is very serviceable. He gets diamond defense, 82 arm, 87 reaction, 80 speed. So if you play him at shortstop, he will have gold fielding, but not necessarily too big of an issue. 80 speed helps him out a lot. But this guy mashes against right-handed pitching. His swing in game, very good. He's a left-handed bat. I talked highly about Robinson Cano, and this is the best left-handed guy in the game. So if you don't like Cano, You want to give Gavin Lux a try? Go ahead. He's going for 17,000 stubs on the market. You might as well give this guy a try. You get way better contact against righties compared to Cano. Versus lefties, the attributes are going to be a little bit lower, but you're going to be facing right-handed guys way more. And number 2, I got DJ. And number 2, I have DJ Mayhew. 125, 125. Awesome. 108, 78 power, which it's a little unfortunate, 78 power versus lefties, but it doesn't matter. The contact is keen on this card. Gold fielding, amazing reaction. What hurts him is the speed, 61 arm. But with using DJ Mayhew cards this year, he slaps. I haven't used the finest as much, but currently 4 for 7, a home run, a double, 1700 OPS. Not a large sample size, but this guy's swing is amazing. You can play him at first, third, shortstop, anywhere in the infield. And the good thing about this DJ Mayhew card, you're able to prestige him. So you're able to bump up the power, bump up his speed a little bit, his fielding. The number 1 second baseman in MLB The Show 20 is Rogers Hornsby. Both years he's been in the game has been unbelievable. Maxed out contact. His power is unreal compared to the second base guys that have contact as well. 103 and 110. Where this guy lacks is his fielding. He has some decent speed at 70, but he is the best hitter out of every single guy on this list. If you want some better fielding and speed, I gave you some other options that you could use. Second base, kind of like first base, not necessarily a position where you need good fielding, but if you value it, you could use a guy like Gavin Lux, DJ Mayhew, Jackie Robinson. There's a lot of better fielders on this list. This guy is just going to straight up rake for you every single game. Almost a 1200 OPS with him and 80 at-bats, 375 average. This guy is unreal. That's going to do it for my top 10 list of second basemen. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you click that thumbs up. Best way to show support. Hit that subscription button if you're new and enjoy the content. And like I said at the beginning, if you guys have a different list or different players that you would add to it, comment them down below. There's going to be 2 videos on the screen right now. One of them is my most recent video. The other one is a random one. So check them out if you have not already. Anyways, this is Healy, and I'm out. Peace.